with a smile on my face. But inside I'm holding things I don't ever say. Everybody leaning on me, counting on me. But when I need somebody, nobody checks on me. I keep on moving like I'm made out of steel. But late at night I wonder if I'm allowed to feel. I give my strength, I give my time. Yet somehow I'm the last one they keep on their mind. I'm the rock for everybody, but who's the rock for me? Steady on the outside, but inside I'm breaking quietly. I'm a quiet storm, carrying thunder in my chest, trying to stay strong while I'm praying for it. I'm a quiet storm. Nobody knows what I hide, 'cause tears don't fall from a man's pride. I'm a quiet storm, but I'm still holding on, even when the nights get heavy and long.
Good evening, everybody. Or should I say good morning? Should I say good morning? I'm just coming in here live, as you can see. And we have 4 in here now. Oh, yeah, they're here. So enjoy. Enjoy it because I'm here now. And I'm getting this set up, so to speak. Let's see here.
If you don't like me, then hit the road. I stand my ground all on my own. I won't change up just to make folks stay. And if you're real, you wouldn't walk away. I've seen men burn when the heat kicks in, try to play tough and then break again. But the ones who stay, those are carved in stone, and they ride with me like my flesh and bone. When the hell breaks loose, that's when you know who's solid steel and who's quick to go. Stand strong with me, that's loyalty, but break that bond, and you're dead to me.
God
Knows what I have, 'cause
damn fucking commercial, I tell you. I'm not a commercial kind of guy. I really don't like commercials.
I know you see me, Lord. I know you do. So I'm laying everything at the foot of you. I know you see me, Lord. I know you do. So I'm laying everything at the foot of you. I know you see me, Lord. I know you do.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I'm laying everything at the foot of you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not having a great friggin' morning here because this was kind of unexpected for me to come out here. But I'm here. I'm in a good mood. Yes, I'm in a good mood, but we're out here. I'll go this way here. As soon as we get rid of these damn commercial things.
I don't talk just to fill the air. I don't move just to prove I care. I don't scare when the sky turns black. I don't leave when it pushes back. I've seen strong men lose their ground, heard brave words fall apart out loud. I don't shake when the walls give in. I get quiet and I dig in. When it gets heavy, when it gets loud, when everybody's running out, I don't run, I don't bend. When I stay, I don't fall. When I hold it all. When it's dark, when it breaks, you can lean, I won't shake. When I stand, you're safe. I've held hands in the worst of nights, kept my word when it cost my pride. I don't fold when the truth cuts deep. I don't promise what I can't keep. I've been low, I've been tested hard, lost a few, left a few scars, but I don't drown in what I face. I let it hit, then I brace. When it gets lonely, when it gets thin, when the fight's outside and within, I don't run, I don't bend. When I stay, I don't fall. When I hold it all. When it's dark, when it breaks, you can lean, I won't shake. When I stand, you're safe. Oh, oh, you don't need a louder man, you need one to understand, so it don't scare me. It makes me who I am. When I stand, I don't fall. When I hold it all. When it's dark, when it breaks, you can lean, I won't shake. When I stand, you're safe. You're safe.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Good morning to all. We only got 20 in here. We're broadcasting on Facebook and we're broadcasting on YouTube. And I'm very interested in, we have 12 on Facebook. The rest are on YouTube. Good morning to all of you. I figured we'd have a little coffee time this morning. I was called regarding Mark Friesen. As you recall, in the last live, Mark Friesen had passed away. And it was rather shocking. But he's in a better place now. So I figured this morning I would come out and give you a Sunday live today. But at the same time I'm giving you a Sunday live, we're going to recap a few things here. And one is the audience. I'm going to address my audience. And so I'm going to do a little playing around here for a minute, because I am checking the lives. I'm checking what's going on. Yes, there we are. On the YouTube channel. Excuse me. I'm checking the YouTube channel. It's up and running. Facebook is up and running. Excuse me. Everything is up and running. In Canada, everything is up and running. 18 people in here. It's so impressive. It's so impressive. 49 million Canadians, and we have 22 in here now.
It ain't my problem if you don't like me, and I don't care if you disagree. I speak the truth and don't hold back, and I won't change, that's a fact. You can laugh at me, I don't care. I've been hated everywhere. Still standing tall, still standing strong, still too damn proud to say I'm wrong. I've been down roads that took their toll, lost some friends and found my soul. I've been broke but kept my pride, had my faith when hope ran dry. Don't need the world to understand. A great fella taught me how to be a man. It ain't my problem if you don't like me. I'm still a man that I'm proud to be. Been broke, been burned, been left for dead. Still see things clearly in my head. I don't chase what ain't worth my time. I stay in my lane and walk that line. They talk tough, but I don't mind. I have everything that's meant to be mine. Don't need your rules, don't need your say. I'll do it all my damn way. I've been down roads that took their toll, lost some friends and found my soul. I've been broke but kept my pride, had my faith when hope ran dry. Don't need the world to understand. A great fella taught me how to be a man. It ain't my problem if you don't like me. I'm still a man that I'm proud to be. I've been down roads that won't drive twice, paid my dues and rolled the dice. Ain't got much but what I built, and I built it all by myself. So let 'em talk, I have have no fear. Ain't one word I need to hear. Still standing proud, still standing free. Ain't no man gonna speak for me. Up and down roads that took their toll. Lost some friends and found my soul. I've been broke but kept my pride. Had my faith when hope ran dry. Don't need the world to understand. A great fella taught me how to be a man. It ain't my problem if you don't like me. I'm still a man that I'm proud to be.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I really would appreciate if you would share this out there. We have 18 in here now. And the weather is not so great, is it? Yeah, I noticed that. They got snow in Calgary, I think it was yesterday, and snow in Saskatchewan. We've got overcast here last couple days. And I find that it's May, right? It is May, right? And the weather is not like, you would think. Isn't that interesting? Maybe it's because they're fucking with the weather, maybe. Just a conspiracy theory, right? But, all that shit they're spraying in the air. You must have seen that. They call it chemtrails. Isn't that interesting?
House went quiet after the truth. Clock kept moving like it always do. Floor felt colder, bare feet still. I stood there breathing against my will. I'm still here when it's quiet. Still here when it shows. When the noise dies and there's nowhere to hide it, I'm still here. Won't let you go. I've seen shouting fill a room. I've seen silence split one in two. You can talk strong, you can talk brave, but you meet yourself when nobody stays. I'm still here when it's quiet. Still here when it hurts. When the lights go off and there's nothing to fight with, I'm still here. First, if my voice sounds low, it's because it stayed. I'm still here when it's quiet. Still here after truth. When the night lets go and the day comes violent, I'm still here. With you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and share it out there. CBC did a real smear job on the Alberta independence movement right after the judge's verdict of saying, you know, they're going to kowtow to the First Nations input. I'll put it that way. Okay. And then I've got a comment in here about what are we going to do about the king and all that bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, please share this out there. Share it out there. I'm looking for a little bit of a bigger audience than what we've got here. We've got 38, a combination of YouTube and Facebook. We have 38 in the number here is 38. We want to go a little higher than that. And I'm spending my time with you today a little bit. But I would really like you to understand a few things. That's why I came out here. After CBC's doing their big fucking smear job. And Mark Carney goes to Calgary on Friday. Isn't that interesting, eh? Oh, the big pipeline fucking proposal. Really, Carney? Is that what you figure? You're going to give us all a little carrot for Alberta right after this judgment of the judge comes out. And if you're interested, I'm just having coffee this morning. No alcohol. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is going to be a good one. So please share it out. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be an absolute good one. As much as I can give it to you. A wake-up call to all Canadians. And now we're down to, what are we at? Geez, I can't see where the shit here. 29 or something? 30. Okay, well, we're going to pump this up a little bit more. And I've got a pretty good show for you today. I'm going out of my way, actually. I'm going out of my way because of the smear job, not because of any other thing, but the smear job that CBC did to Canadians and what Carney did to the Alberta independence movement. Also, we got a few other little goodies that I'm going to be touching on today. And this ought to be good. This ought to be real good. It's a wake-up call, Canadians. And we're also going to chat about the little slow roll that we put on in Canada. This is a wake-up call, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, a little wake-up call for all us Canadians today. Now, how is it? 27. 49 million Canadians. We have 27 in here. This is a little wake-up call. So I would appreciate with all my heart, and I'm sure Mark Friesen would tell you the same thing if he was still around. After all, Mark Friesen got his start on social media through my show. I'll bet a lot of you didn't even know that, did you? Anyway, nor here nor there. Time for some more coffee. But we'll push on. I'm going to get some more coffee here. Let's see what we can get ourselves into here. No, that was a good one. I like that. I like that. Where is it here? Well, we did this one here back in the day. Let's see here. Good coffee.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its scenes while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my color to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence.
Okay, now just a minute here. We have 27 in here. Really interesting. Okay. Let me see here just a minute. Where is it? I came across something last night. I really found it very interesting. I'm going to find it. Where is it here? Let me find this piece of shit that I seen. It's a one-man show here, ladies and gentlemen, so it's a little bit tough for me to pull what I want you to see. But I wanna do this because I found this to be shocking. Very shocking.
Type of like punishment towards them for bringing children to a show like that, especially without parental consent or even just any information. The school board, even not even consent from the students attending. Like there was, I mean, there were some students who were very upset. There was children who had cried. There was some religious students who were very disturbed.
This broadcast is not suitable for children under 18. Viewer discretion is advised.
Tell us all about this amazing production. Okay, Little Red Warrior and His Lawyer is wild ride of a show.
If the permission slips that went home to Saskatchewan parents for an end-of-year field trip were accurate, they would have said, "Do you give your permission for your child to attend a production that contains subject matter not appropriate for public consumption? Scenes depicting explicit, sexually graphic content, glorification of violence, promotion of hatred against an identifiable group, explicitly sexualized themes including simulations of intercourse, straddling, fisting, dry humping, grinding, extramarital affairs, threesomes, pregnancy as a result of that threesome, cuckolding, foot worship, bondage and dominance, erotic dancing, nymphomania and fetishism, pregnancy degradation and implied physical child abuse of an infant, objectification of women, including white women, female lawyers, Premier Danielle Smith, and Queen Elizabeth II as deviant sexual objects, glorification of binge drinking, roofying, psychedelics, and anti-development, anti-oil, and anti-Western culture sentiments. While the corrupt, lazy mainstream media sold Little Red Warrior and His Lawyer at the Globe Theatre as a, quote, trickster fable to the public, and Regina Public Schools and the Globe Theatre blame each other while simultaneously claiming to have done nothing wrong, now Rebel News is pleased to tell the other side of the story.
Fun show. It will leave you laughing, gasping, and talking a lot after you leave.
It's my pleasure to introduce you to 5 of the most bright, thoughtful, and engaged young people from Saskatchewan. They're a good sampling of the some 400 students from 14 classrooms who were exposed without their nor their parents' consent or knowledge to the drag queen field trip. Although they're all 18, to safeguard their dignity and privacy, something Regina Public Schools couldn't manage, and because of the sensitivity of the subject matter, Rebel News has obscured their identities. What they and 395 of their Saskatchewan classmates did was extraordinary. They turned what was supposed to be an innocent field trip into an international media event. 400 brand new baby independent journalists were born the day of that field trip, and that's something to be proud of. What they reveal is everything. Not only do they lay waste to the official statements offered by Regina Public Schools and the Globe Theatre to the corrupt mainstream media, but they add much needed context to the 10-second drag queen video we all saw last week. They were intelligent, intuitive, and thoughtful beyond their years, describing the field trip.
Let me give you a little insight here. Now we have 27 in here. Please keep sharing this out here. I'm going to give you a little insight here, okay? Now, we all know that this is Canada. And over the last 11 years, the Liberal government has done a massive smear campaign to all Canadians through the CBC network. We've also covered in my show a lot of situations such as the carbon tax, the homelessness, and a lot of other things. Okay, we've covered the LGBTQ crap. And all of this focuses into a narrow passage of what the United Nations Agenda 2030 is trying to do to Canada. Now, there was a pastor that confronted the drag queen show, whatever this is, this drag queen show, and he was charged with some kind of interference with going to an LGBTQ drag queen fucking show, and he beat the charge. But then the Crown, okay, appealed his sentence. Now, what I'm showing you, is the talk of 5 or 6 students whose identities have been covered. Listen.
Play Little Red Warrior and his lawyer, and the worldwide attention as they experienced it. So without further ado, meet the future of Saskatchewan. Hello, students of Campbell Collegiate in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Hi.
How old are you and what grade are you in?
I'm 18. I'm in grade 12.
I'm also 18. I'm in grade 12.
I'm also 18 and I'm in grade
Keep
12.
sharing it
I'm
out,
also
ladies
18
and
in grade
gentlemen.
12.
I'm also 18 in grade 12.
Saskatchewan's best. Okay, this is our future. Okay, kids, tell me what your teacher told you before you went on this field trip. How did they sell this to you? What did they say?
Well, she said it's going to be a little spicy, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, there's like a couple mature moments is all they told us.
Yeah, that's what they were told too. Like last semester, we also went on one, and it was very nice. It was a Christmas Carol, and we expected nothing like this. Yeah, it was like the Scrooge. We expected nothing like this, and neither did the teachers.
Okay, so they were surprised as well by
they
what.
weren't
very
surprised.
They were absolutely surprised.
But they told you it was spicy, so they.
Oh, that's
Well,
It was
they were
all
told-
they were mature themes, but nothing like no nudity or anything like that was expected.
They only said there would be a couple like slightly mature scenes. They never really said how bad it would get, and it was pretty bad.
It was
That's
pretty
the
bad.
Globe.
Yeah.
That's the Globe. Like the Globe said that it wouldn't be anything like too bad. Like it was just gonna be like a couple mature moments. Even at the beginning of the show, like a woman came out to talk and like introduce it kind of to everybody. It was like a couple mature moments. Like never said anything.
Everyone was like completely
Yeah, on the
misled.
website it also said it was 14 plus. So,
Mature themes. That's
Yeah,
all they told the teachers. The teachers had no idea that it was like anything worse than that. That's the only reason we went.
they also changed it to only 16 plus. I think it should be 18.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like this is adult content that you guys saw.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure,
100%.
for sure.
Like if this was a movie in the theaters, people under 18 wouldn't be able to go.
Exactly.
So you don't think the kids that are younger than you should be exposed to what you guys were?
No.
Absolutely
no,
not.
no, no, no,
There
no.
were grade 9s there, and they shouldn't have been seeing that.
14-year-olds that drove in from Yorkton 2 hours to go watch this play.
Yorkton!
Yeah.
Now listen, did you hear that? These are little kids. These are little teenagers. Okay? And it's a con job to get these kids to go to this show that was held in Saskatchewan by the busload.
Yorkton, we need to have a word.
Well, Yorkton didn't know either.
They
They
had
had
no
no
idea.
idea because they brought grade 9s. They were told that it was 14 plus.
They basically every school got like the same like
Letter.
description.
Everyone got
It's
blindsided
not
by
too
it.
mature.
They said it fell under the curriculum with the satirical theme, but I didn't see any satire in it.
Yeah.
Like it was just really bad.
They also believed that it would like suit the curriculum because it kind of was supposed to focus on like Indigenous and like claiming the land back. But I feel like it really lost the plot and it was kind of just all about sex. It was basically what the whole
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, like the scenes about, like there were scenes about him trying to take his land back, but they were very short.
Where the hell did the drag queen come in? Like,
She
She
was
was a
Queen
queen.
Elizabeth.
She was Queen Elizabeth
It was
brought back from
pretending
the
to be
dead.
Back.
Well, such a successful city owner, me.
Just a minute.
Crossplay, now available.
Just a minute.
I quit TRT, started Marsman. Got leaner than I ever did on injections. 4 years on TRT. Weekly injections, constant.
I'm gonna die. Queen Elizabeth is portrayed by a drag queen.
Stripper, drag
On a
queen
pole.
stripper on a pole.
Yeah.
So how it happened was there was like two moving like kind of half staircases almost that like came in from both ends and met in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the drag queen walked out in her pole, barely any clothes, and just, like kind of jammed a pole into the ground and just like started stripping in front of all the kids.
The scene was in a courtroom, and the indigenous guy summoned the queen to help him win the case.
And the queen did some diabolical things to the judge. Terrible.
Some pretty crazy
judge.
things to the judge.
I don't know if there was consent involved, but it was
definitely not.
Yeah, if you like, it was pretty good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do you guys? So your parents signed the permission slips. All the parents paid the dollars to go for you guys to go to the Globes. Or how'd you get there?
Yeah, we got on a bus.
Like a school bus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many kids were in that, or how many people were in the theater?
And it was
Full.
Oh, it was full.
It was full
Every
to the
scene.
brim.
It was packed.
Every
There
scene
was,
was
like,
full.
there was 4 different
Like,
schools
It was
there.
packed.
There was like
4
Sackfield
schools.
C, Yorkton. There was Scott.
Tom was there.
Scott.
Or Scott. Yeah.
CRP, I think.
Yes, CRP was there.
What's
Like
CRP?
Campus Regina.
yeah,
Campus
Republic.
Republic.
Like
I think,
Oh.
yeah. There was a lot of schools that paid to go and had no idea that this was going to happen. And they hold 2 student matinees a year, and they chose A Christmas Carol for one, and then they chose this.
And so the crazy part is that Elsa was showing like a month ago and like Frozen.
Right.
So
So
they didn't bring us to that. And so they chose this as their matinee instead.
that's an interesting choice, isn't it? It's almost like it was intentional. Like, yeah, it's almost like it was intentional that they wanted to expose you to this. What are your parents saying about this? Like, what has happened? Because if I was a parent, and I am, I have 6 kids. I have 4 kids in Regina Public Schools. I have a daughter that graduated from this high school. My godmother was amongst the first graduating classmates of this high school. They're going nuts. What are your parents saying?
Well, my dad was kind of like, wow, like there's no reason to parade that in front of all these kids. Like, that's not what we paid for. Like, we better get a refund type thing. Like, he was pretty, like, shocked. But I know for a lot of other people that it was, like, way more than just shocked.
Yeah, I mean, we're old enough to the point where our parents are like, oh, that's really weird. Why would they choose that? But I know a lot of, like, the younger kids, like the grade 9s, their parents are pretty upset. Yeah.
Our parents were like, they were more like fortunate that our teachers chose the professional route to get us out of there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, we left early. So.
Very early.
We need to talk about the teachers' response. So some teachers, and I'm going to...
Ladies and gentlemen, keep sharing this out. I'm gonna play this whole fucking thing for you, and I'm gonna give you some more for those that are just joining us. This is a Rebel News post, and they're interviewing 5 or 6 teenagers, all 18. But this was a fiasco, okay? And this happened in Saskatchewan. This was a field trip for these kids. And some of these kids are grade 9. These were under 18 years old, okay? That went to this drag queen show in Canada.
Say the teachers that walk those students out of that performance space are Saskatchewan's best teachers. What did your teacher say to you? Like, what happened? Tell us all what happened.
She just like really apologized for like what we saw. She said she had no idea that whatever we saw was going to be in the play. She literally had absolutely no idea.
She also addressed what was going to happen with the Globe and how the Globe reacted and like where it was all going.
What did she say was happening?
The Globe is supposed to give out a statement, and apparently they changed it to 16 plus. And yeah, and like
some of their sponsors are pulling out after this as well.
Do you want to know who sponsors the Globe Theatre? The Government of Canada, the Government of Saskatchewan, the City of Regina, Rolco Radio, Tourism Saskatchewan. The list goes on and on. You know who sponsored the show? You're telling me that the show was being mean to a judge, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
part.
I don't know
Okay,
if it was part of the act,
Unbelievable,
but, like,
eh?
they were doing some weird things with the judge for the act.
Government
Like,
sponsored this shit.
Unconsensual, like just
Are we allowed to describe
weird
what happened?
And like,
yes.
So they.
I don't know if we can.
No, you can. You
Honestly, go ahead. Yeah.
You,
Okay,
yeah,
so,
no, it's your. It was your experience.
They kind of used like the queen. Yeah, the queen literally used like the force. She reached out her hand, almost like she's grabbing his balls, and literally just like squeezed and like squeezed like this, and the guy was like wincing, like literally went like that.
there was another part where she goes like this and starts going like this, and then he like pretends that it's like going up his like butthole.
Yeah.
And he's like in pain, pretending to be like in pain and hurting, and then she just like takes it out. So this is part of the act.
And this is the Queen Elizabeth character played by a drag queen.
Yes.
Doing these sort of graphically sexual, suggestive things with their like actions against a character that's a judge.
Yes.
Would it surprise you to know that MLT Aitkins, one of Canada's most prestigious law firms, sponsored that entire performance?
Wow, that's kind of shocking.
Yeah, that's pretty.
What do you have to say to the leadership of MLT Aitkins? Like, do you support them supporting this performance?
I think they should reconsider who like they're supporting with their dollars.
Yeah,
like that's
if you're a law firm, like there's a big loss of professionalism there.
Yeah.
And
They should be definitely more professional about what they did.
In the play too, they were kind of portraying them as lazy. Like throughout the whole thing, the judges were portrayed as lazy and like not helping.
Like, the judge chose the other person's side because the lawyer was flirting with the judge.
The woman was flirty and sexy, and so like they kind of like portrayed it as the judge being like
corrupt
and like choosing the sexy lawyer to win because she's dancing around and like spreading her legs for him.
But that's
portraying her as like a drag queen that came out and started stripping in the court.
Yeah.
So
I don't
know.
underage people.
The Globe also
in front of underage people that gave her money. A little kid gave her a $20 bill, which she put in her bra.
And she like took it from his hand and threw her mouth.
Had like a $20 bill.
I'm gonna need to sit. I'm not sure, guys.
And like she leaned over the barrier towards one of the like row of grade 9 students, and one of them handed her 20.
Grade 12s. I went to school with them.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah, they were grade 12s. They were grade 12s.
Student.
And so
Still high school students.
like put it in her mouth or something, and then she like goes back to the pool, strips around a bit, and like is like stuffing it in her. Not even like really a shirt.
No, it was no shirt. It was mesh. It was mesh.
Was this like, was the performer a man or a woman? Do you guys know?
It was a man.
It was a man dressed as a woman with fake, very realistic breasts.
Yeah.
No, they weren't very realistic.
They were pretty realistic.
But
I mean,
there
they were still,
there
like,
was a point where they were realistic, where the point where there was details that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
like the Globe also, they said that they messed up, but they didn't really give a reason on why they chose it.
They haven't
Like,
really given an explanation.
Nobody knows
why they chose.
No one has the reason, but they're just saying like, yeah, we messed up. And they just gave like the refund and stuff, and they changed it to 16 plus. Now they have to give a statement with like, and like we haven't heard back from them. It was horrible to watch for like anyone young, and like none of us expected to see a whole porno as a play on a school trip.
It was not a lot of the plot made sense. Everything was kind of just thrown together. The stripper didn't need to be there. It would have been fine without that.
Yeah, the whole thing kind of just got lost. They said there was only a couple moments of maturity, but honestly, the whole thing just from the start was okay. But then right after the start, it was just like basically the whole thing turned sexual. Yeah. Basically immediately. It's like right after we've met the first female character is when everything started turning. And just back to like the being disrespectful towards the judges and stuff. I mean, like at the beginning of the play, Red deserves to get a slap on the wrist because he had like attacked a construction worker. And so he's going to get a slap on the wrist from the judge. But what actually happens is in this courtroom, the judge takes off his robes, and under it is like lingerie, like bondage. And he has like one of those like kinky, sexy whips, gives like a little slap on the wrist to Little Red Warrior. Yeah, and like all the lights are red. Like it just turned, it turns. And that's when everything just kind of turned for the worse. It was very like.
Went sideways.
Yeah.
Do you guys hear what these kids are telling us?
And this is all true. Like, this is all true. And there's videos going around on the internet about it.
What should happen to the people responsible for this?
Like, I think they should be punished. Like, there should be some type of, like, punishment towards them for bringing children to a show like that, especially without
parental consent or even just any information
the school board even.
Not even consent from the students attending. Like there was some students who were very upset. There was children who had cried. There was some religious students who were very disturbed.
Yeah.
There was like the teacher from Yorkton was like shaking, and like she had told our teacher, like our teacher was like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "No, I brought grade 9s. Like I didn't know this was happening." And she was like so scared. For her job even.
This has put people's jobs at risk. Like they have families and stuff, and they just weren't told at all. So it's just it's.
And I mean, like the teachers themselves are the ones who are getting kind of like in trouble for it from the parents. Like they're the ones kind of facing the punishment right now because all these parents are angry, but it wasn't even the teacher's fault to begin with. Like it really, like the teachers did handle it really well, in my opinion. Like right away, like they left early. They were like, "This is not okay." They also like were very apologetic, and just genuinely like sorry, and even like asking is everyone okay, or like if anyone needs to have a discussion, like we can have a private discussion and like.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, just pause right there. So you're telling me that the same institution that walked you into that highly inappropriate and confusing subject matter is saying, do you want to talk about it with us? They're offering to help you through this?
Well, I think that some people were a little bit like bothered by what happened, and I think that the teachers are offering their support. Like, if you're not okay, like if this really harmed you, like you're allowed to come to us and tell us this, and like we can like find a way to move forward.
Do you think that we should trust the people that were responsible for doing this, though?
But I just don't think it was like the teachers at all.
Fair enough. You know what? I saw a teacher walk out on one of your videos that you sent. That's the best teacher in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were angry. They were very angry at the Globe, and they did everything they could. Like even requesting a script ahead of time so they could read through the script and like verify that this was something that was safe for their students to watch, and the Globe never sent it. So it really is because of the Globe, I think, is at fault.
The teachers like didn't waste any time to get this out to the Globe. Like as soon as we left the Globe Theater, like the bus just came back quickly and we hopped on the bus. As soon as we got back to the school, I'm pretty sure like all the teachers called the Globe like to get like what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Why would you do this?
Get an explanation.
Exactly, yeah.
Immediately.
The Globe didn't have an explanation. All they said was like, we messed up.
Yeah, we're meeting with our lawyers. We'll make a statement.
If you want to have a meeting.
They're lawyers.
Yeah.
Like the same ones sponsor you show or different ones, you think?
Some of the schools didn't have their buses because they were out of town, so some of them had to make
Right, and so
the raw students were forced to see the whole thing.
Yeah, even if you leave like the theater, there's still a TV in like the lobby showing what's happening.
Different angles, like every.
So even if you leave the theater in the round, you're still subject to what's happening in the theater on the screen.
Like, just in front of like the theater, and then right in front of the lobby, like before you go downstairs to leave, like in front of the TV, there's just a TV, and there's like 4 angles of just what's going on inside. So you can. Some kids were still watching and laughing. Like they were finding it hilarious.
Sorry, we're gonna spoil it.
It ends up in a threesome
between Little Red Warrior, his lawyer, and his wife.
What?
Sorry to spoil
That's what we heard. And
From the Green Austin.
So people are watching this all over the internet, and this is what I think we do in Saskatchewan. Is this who we are in Saskatchewan?
This is not who we are. This was
I don't think anybody here like supports that other than people who created it themselves.
I think we're being portrayed really badly for this because it's all over already, but nobody had a clue other than the Globe Theater. Nobody knew this was going to happen. And this is not what we do.
Yeah, we did not want to watch that. And I don't think this was on any of us.
Yeah, no. None of us wanted to be
we
there.
We don't do this in Saskatchewan.
No.
We don't support. We don't support those actions, or especially in front of children or anything like that.
Yeah, I wanna make it clear that like it really depends on like how it was portrayed. Like I think that people can watch whatever they want to, but willingly. We were not told what we were gonna go see, so it was completely disrespectful, and a lot of people were exposed to something they didn't want to see.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
None of the students, none of the teachers. I don't think it was any of us. I think it was really just the Globe didn't tell anybody, kind of tricked people into going, even though it wasn't appropriate for our age group. But it's not what we usually do, and Saskatchewan isn't like that.
Like boundaries were being crossed that should never be crossed, just like with children especially. Like,
we have a message for Premier Scott Moe, who's maybe the only guy in the whole world that can fix this. What would you suggest he does?
This fucker.
If your phone's volume is low, it's likely not
Scott
broken,
Moe.
but rather blocked. Dust is stuck inside the speaker.
We'll be getting into Mr.
At least put the rating to 18 plus. At least.
I think there should be like an outside person who reviews like plays that are going to be presented to minors,
just to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Like have somebody from like like a third person view, making sure that these things are actually safe for our schools and children to be.
I also think the Globe should pay us. They're pretty rich.
That's like $35 million.
That's what I'm saying. How many sponsors do you have? Give us like more than a refund. I need some money.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Seeing that. Some people went in grade 9 and didn't want to see
Need
that.
some compensation for what we saw.
Compensation.
Yeah, compensation. My bad.
It was pretty insane. I think that there should be being more done to make sure this like kind of incident doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I think that everyone deserves an apology that went and had no idea, and I think the Globe does deserve to be punished for what they chose to willingly choose children without their knowledge. So,
and like also just like while we're at it, like we took time out of our day to go there and watch a play, and then didn't even get to fully watch a play. Like I think something should be done about that.
you got gypped of a field trip.
Yes.
Field trip of the year, and then we had to leave early, and it was actually terrible. So it was really awkward. I feel like
there should be more being done to be made up to the children who had to go see that than just being like, oh well,
you'll have your money
refund
back
for your ticket. Like that's not really enough. Like you kind of just showed a whole bunch of grade 12s like and grade 9s like naked pole dancing and boobs and shaking breasts in people's faces. Like,
that's
not
from Queen
okay.
Elizabeth. This was just horrible on her name.
Yeah.
And like the Queen, I don't know what Liz did to deserve this. Poor Liz.
I can't tell you how proud I am of you for having this conversation. It takes immense bravery. This is a really touchy topic. Like I said, though, I really want to hear from all your moms. You tell your teachers and you tell everybody inside that school that Rebel News wants to hear from them.
Reach out.
Okay?
Sure
that
thing.
we just want to get to the bottom of what happened and make sure that the Saskatchewan student population has access.
Okay. Scott Moe hasn't said anything. Now, in 11 years of broadcasting, I came across that last night. And I almost threw up. They conned all these kids into going to watch this fucking piece of shit fucking show. And the place is packed with kids and teachers to this so-called drag queen bullshit. And this is what they've got kids going into. This is what's called indoctrination, ladies and gentlemen, in Canada. This is the extent of what this piece of fucking filth government is doing to your kids. It's absolutely sickening. They've been doing this for a while now. This was a big production that they conned all these kids in Saskatchewan to go watch. And this is the kind of fucking shit that they've been putting out with these so-called drag queen shows. Okay? Now, this was 5 or 6 students that stood up in front of Rebel News and told everybody about what they fucking actually saw. And this is the kind of fucking filth that's happening in Canada. This is the kind of bullshit that the federal government, with its Agenda 2030, is pushing in our communities, in our neighborhoods. This bullshit, okay? But this isn't all of it. And this has been going on over 11 years now. with this kind of fucking bullshit. Not just this. There's more. There's much, much, much more. Now, the data centers that are going in, there's one south of Saskatchewan that Mo is trying to push, and these big data centers are going to be sucking up a lot of water, okay? Tons of it. Tons of water, okay? And if you happen to get caught living next to one, they're very noisy. Okay, in other words, if it happens that you happen to live near these data centers, you're going to be selling your property and moving the fuck out of there because it's unbearable to listen to. Okay? And this is the kind of crap that Scott Moe has endorsed, and he's taken a lot of flack for it. You people in Saskatchewan had better grow a set of balls. Big fucking kahuna balls. Okay? Because what this fucking government and its little cronies in this country are trying to do to you. Fuck your head up. Okay? Big time. Okay? Big time. This fucking liberal appointed judge that came out with the verdict of siding with the First Nations. Let me give you this. Okay. Let me give you this. Sided with the First Nations. And here's one of the guys. Do I go with this? Here's this fucking chief. Okay? This fucking motherfucker. Okay? This chief. Okay? Do you know how much money this motherfucker has taken from Canadian taxpayers? And also from the Tide Foundation out of the United States. The fucking CBC, if I can find it, they were saying that that the Alberta independence movement was somehow being funded by outsiders of the province, okay? Influencers, okay? Well, this motherfucker, he's taken 55 million or some fucking thing from the Tide Foundation back in the day to shut down the pipelines from to Alberta. This so-called environmentalist, okay? And then what is the money he's taken from you, the Canadian taxpayer? Millions, okay? Now, I put out a post. I would love to see this prick, okay? I'd love to see this fucking prick come on to my show and explain himself for all the fucking money that this prick has taken from Canadian taxpayers. And has there ever, he's so, if I could find it, I'm going to find it. Listen to what this fucking prick says. Big smear campaign, this motherfucker. Saying it was a big win, a big Canadian victory, a big fucking win for democracy, this prick. A big fucking win for democracy, this fucking prick. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get into more. Here he is.
Our sovereign people because we have our own identity.
I'm sorry, Chief. This isn't going to be pretty. Welcome back to Moose on Loose. My name's David. Today we've got multiple First Nation bands banding together with Chief Alan Adam of the Chippewan First Nation, shutting down the Alberta separation petition, the referendum. They have quashed the referendum. And the chief himself, I'll show you where his loyalties lie. Let's jump into this. First Nations have band together, pun intended, using legalities to basically have a judge.
Now, you're going to hear Moose on the Loose say that it was squashed. Well, it's not over. The Alberta independence movement is not over. I'm going to get into that, too. It's not done. But I want you to hear what the fucking money is this fucking prick has taken from Canadian taxpayers. Just a minute. Let's see if I can...
throw the 301...
She's going to appeal. Does that mean that
now? So, we'll...
Because that's what the Constitution is there for.
This prick.
To fight for your right and to be heard in the court of law. And as long as that takes place and the ruling comes down because you put your points forward, the Alberta government nor anybody or Mitch Sylvester or anybody came and consulted with the First Nations in regards to them leaving Canada. And this sends a clear message to every agency out there. If the separatists have no grounds to leave because they didn't consult with the First Nations, Canada, made announcements that, their consultation policy will reflect 120 days when it comes to First Nations. I think you should relook at that. It's a great victory for everybody that believe in Canada and democracy because, it's Danielle Smith's call from here. And if she's going to appeal, does that mean that she is a separatist government?
Okay, it's time to take this guy back down to size here. So first off, you see this guy's name here, Chief Alan Adam of the Athabasca Chippewan First Nation. This is important to note. Chief Alan Adam. This guy talks about constitutional rights and legal rights and all this. He's taking away people's legal right to vote on this. He talks about it being...
Now, I want to remind you that interview was taken from this chief and it was put on the CBC. Moose on the Loose picked it up just like I pick up a lot of shit. Okay, this is what the CBC put out there to Canadians. Now, all us fucking so-called brainwashed Canadians that are listening to the fucking CBC, which should have been defunded long time ago. They're taking billions of dollars from you, the Canadian taxpayer, to put out this kind of fucking bullshit. But listen to Moose on the Loose. He dug a little further. Now listen to the dollars.
Big win. This guy's an absolute traitor to Canada. I don't have to tell you that. I can show you how he's a traitor. First Nation chief receives $55,000 from Tides Foundation. Remember this article? This was written by...
Okay, $55,000. Okay, get that. $55,000 from the Canadian, from the Tide Foundation. Okay, that's just the beginning.
Levant in 2014. And who's this guy here? A left-wing lobby group in San Francisco wired $55,000 to the bank account of an Indian chief in northern Alberta, paying him to oppose the oil sands. And sure enough, that chief, Alan Adam of the Athabasca Chippewan First Nation, earned his money. Last weekend, he flew to Toronto to sit on a stage next to Neil Young, the folk singer who was in town, to demonize Canada's oil industry. This guy's taking bribes from America to block pipelines to the West Coast to bring prosperity to our nation, and then he blocks separation. This guy does not realize he's awakening the bear. There's more than one bear. There's a whole bunch of bears that are going to be coming out of their caves pretty quick. And you can see this is from 12 years ago. That's why he's still got black hair here versus what he looks like today. This is the same guy. He took bribes from the Tides Foundation, which is a left-wing American organization that funnels this money around to block oil sands, to block energy production in our country. This is foreign interference. You want to call it that? That's what it is, foreign interference. And he engaged in this against our nation, against Canadians.
Canadians. This guy is a traitor by definition. He's a traitor to Canada. And that's not where it ends, folks. So here's the financials of the Athabasca Chippewa First Nation. It's not pretty. First off, we scroll to the bottom. You can see the dates here on the left side. So you can see 2021, 21, 22, 22, 23, etc. And all the way bottom, 24, 25. What's this? Not posted yet. Look at the schedule of remuneration expenses, not posted yet for 23, 24, not posted yet for 22, 23, not even posted for 21, 22. It's been 5 years and they haven't posted the remuneration expenses. Like, cut off the funding. This is preposterous. They have posted their audited consolidated financial statements, but they haven't posted the other stuff. We'll get into this here. So first off, we'll look at their financials here, which is this one here from 2025, the audited consolidated financial statement. And in this, we see a whole lot of taxpayer money going to this band. We can see $9.6 million of taxpayer money came from the Department of Indigenous Services Canada. And you look the previous year before, 2024, was only $7.9 million. So they got an increase here of $1.7 million. And scrolling down, they've got other revenue, industry grants and other revenue, $3.2 million. First Nation Development Fund, $688,000. We've got CMHC, that's another $841,000. Nutrition North Canada, another $800,000. There's a lot of taxpayer money going to this band. I mean, even if we just look at the top one, $9.6 million. And then we look at how much this band is worth. Accumulated surplus beginning of the year, $179 million. Accumulated surplus end of the year, $193 million. Why are we giving them $10 million plus a year? They don't need the money. Why are we spending our money on this? No wonder this guy doesn't want the cash cow to end. He doesn't want Alberta separatist movement to go forward. It's silly because in theory, if they kept this reconciliation stuff at the same rate, but Alberta was a separate country, they could probably pay more to these bands. But they also know that if a new leader gets in there and there's no liberals in power, they'd probably cut off this nonsense and make every citizen equal. But right now in Canada, all citizens are not equal. First Nations have way more rights. They're just way more valuable than rest of us Canadians. People can say that's a race word, this, that. It's just the truth. A white Canadian male like myself is the lowest value citizen in this country. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom here, there's another piece of information that old Chief Adam Allen here is not bringing up with David Cochrane on CBC. Right near the bottom, on page 20, literally the last page, what do we have? Subsequent to year-end, Athabasca Chippewa First Nation signed a settlement agreement with the Government of Canada for Treaty 8 annuities for the Athabasca Chippewa First Nation members regarding payments and entitlements under the treaty in the amount of $98,952,000. They're getting a one-time payment of almost $100 million. So this is a payment going back for the past 100 and whatever it was, 110 years, back since 1899, saying your land, you couldn't utilize your land properly, and we're going to give you this payment to make it up to you. Taxpayers paying these guys $100 million. Why? They already have 170 million plus in the bank. We have to give them another 100 million with the real estate holdings. That brings them up to nearly 300 million bucks. Now, how many people are in this band? We're talking $300 million of assets and cash right on the Government of Canada website here. First Nation details. We've got Athabasca Chippewa First Nation going to their registered population. And what do we have? This is unreal. Right away, you see population 1,567. That's not the real number. The real number is this number plus this number. They have 33 people on reserve. This is males and females on reserve. 33 people live on this reserve and have $300 million to their name now. The other numbers here, we've got 5 and 4 are males and females on other reserves. And then we've got males on Crown land, females on Crown land. And then we've got males and females off reserve. These are people who are like, I've had enough of this nonsense. I'm just going to go live a normal life like a normal Canadian. So that's 1,200 people. So they have 33 people that live on reserve. That works out to be $9 million a piece. 300 million, 33 people. We're giving them $10 million a year plus and $100 million payout. And this trader taking money from the Tides Foundation in America to block energy to the West Coast to bring prosperity to our nation and then taking all that money from us is just appalling. Like, it really is just unbelievable. Like, this guy's easily one of the most corrupt chiefs in Canada. Like, he's just right to the core. And it doesn't end here, because if we look at their remuneration here, this is going back to 2020 because they haven't submitted their documents. You can see Adam Allen, chief, right here. He makes $246,546. This is one of the highest paid chiefs that I've seen on any of these. I've gone through a dozen of these. There's a couple of chiefs that have paid themselves $900,000 for a single year, try to get away with it. Just dirty chiefs trying to rip off taxpayers and rip off their own bands. And that's how these bands work. They work like little dictatorships. You have to stay nice with the chiefs to get money from the band. contraband from the crown jewels that comes from taxpayers. This guy is one of the highest paid chiefs out of any that I've seen. And look at this, he's got $12,000 for Northern Living Allowance. They're not living up in Nunavut. Travel, $2,000. This puts him up almost $260,000 a year. Then he sits here on CBC, says it's a great win that citizens don't get to express their own political right to vote. Like, this is just so appalling.
Or Mitch Sylvester or anybody came and consulted with the First Nations in regards to them leaving.
Did they consult with Canadians for blocking a pipeline to the West Coast? And this wasn't just $55,000. This guy's barking up the wrong tree with the wrong person here. U.S. Foundation funding Canadian anti-pipeline protest. Fair or foul? This is coming from CBC themselves. Debates grow over impact of American funding being directed towards Canadian environmental campaigns. The debate about impact of American money on Canadian anti-pipeline movement continues fiercely as a pair of energy industry influencers taking calls from across Alberta on the subject. So it says here, Jody Aldous spoke to researcher and blogger Vivian Krause, as well as award-winning Calgary author Chris Turner Monday about the degree of which the US dollar is shaping the conversation we're now having in Canada about building pipelines. Now get this. This is going to knock your socks off. It says Krause has estimated the various U.S. funders have contributed in the neighborhood of $40 million in the recent years to hundreds of Canadian environmentalists and Indigenous groups. The goal is to help them spread a message about the need to landlock Alberta crude through protests against the construction of new pipelines. These American groups have spent $40 million to screw us over, and you've got guys like Chief Allen here taking the money and helping block prosperity in our own country. So Krause goes on to say, I think the campaign is the reason why Northern Gateway was canceled, Energy East, Keystone, and Trans Mountain. All these pipelines canceled because these corrupt American organizations on the left are poisoning our country from the inside, finding dirty chiefs that'll take this cash and use their power to block our pipelines. Like, this should be a jailable offense. And then this guy's got the gall to go on CBC and brag about quelling the separatist referendum. This guy's the head of this. Now, there's a whole bunch of bands that did this together, but this guy is the lead that blocked the separatist movement.
They didn't consult with the First Nations.
This guy sounds like a broken robot. Consult with First Nations.
It's a great victory for everybody that believe in Canada and democracy.
This is not democracy. At least the people of Quebec got to vote. This guy is heading up the group taking away Albertans' rights to vote if they want to be a country or not. Like, this is... I said it before, I'll say it again. Conservatives across Canada, including the separatists of Alberta, we need to stick together to push back against this kind of crap. This cannot stand in our country. Here we have the chief in 2018 on this article coming from the National Post saying latest First Nation complaints could complicate Liberal review of frontier oil sands mine. He's been doing this for years. Look at this. It says the Athabasca Chipewyan supports the project and signed a benefit agreement with Teck in 2018. Chief Adam, which is who we've been talking about here, who has criticized fossil fuel developers and hosted anti-oil activists, including Leonardo DiCaprio, signed an agreement with Teck after positive negotiations. Now, the Alberta government called him out on this. You can see Alberta Environment Minister says First Nations concerns with Teck Frontier are about the money. And it says the Alberta government says First Nations concerns about the proposed Teck Frontier oil sands mine are more about getting a bigger share of royalties than about protecting water, bison, and other environmental concerns. Chief Alan Adam here is all about the money. He's greedy. Or we've got this story, RCMP's cleared after ACERT in arrest of prominent...
Okay. I just wanted you to hear how much money this fucking scumbag, again, has taken from Canadian taxpayers. Now, across Canada, over the last 11 years, the homelessness has skyrocketed. And this fucking motherfucking chief, okay, sits back in his glorified little palace and scams Canadian taxpayers for millions of fucking dollars and has the gall to say this is democracy when this fucking liberal judge fucking says or sides with the First Nations bullshit in Canada and calls that justice? Are you fucking shitting me?
Alberta First Nations chief. No evidence of R-word.
Are you fucking shitting me?
in the
the Tides Foundation and funded by George Soros and funded by foreign money will fight every single step of the way because they have billionaires backing them. But at the end of the day, we are pushing ahead. Our movement is not deterred by this, and we will have a referendum on October 9th.
Well, Mr. Rath,
and I'm sure that the First Nations, because they're being funded by the Tides Foundation and funded by George Soros and funded by foreign money, will fight every single step of the way because they have billionaires backing them. But at the end of the day, we are pushing ahead. Our movement is not deterred by this, and we will have a referendum on October 9th.
well, Mr. Rath,
Well, I got news for you, Chiefy. It isn't over. Not by a long shot. In fact, I stand behind my post, Mr. Chiefy. Okay? You come on my show. Explain yourself over the millions and millions of dollars you've scammed off Canadian taxpayers and justify that on my fucking show, Mr. Fucker. Okay? The invitation is out there. You know what I mean? The invitation, Chief, is out there. You can get a hold of me anytime. You traitor. Another traitor is David Eby, the so-called Prime Minister of Canada. Prime Minister of British Columbia. Sorry, the Prime Minister, the fucking Minister of British Columbia, David Eby. He's another traitor. Another traitor to this country is Mr. Mark Carney himself. Another traitor is Mr. Justin Trudeau himself. I call it for what it is. In this country, if you want to call it a country. This bullshit, over 11 years of bullshit, and I can't do it myself, ladies and gentlemen. I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to grab a set of balls and start standing up for this country in a big way. Because this is bullshit. Taking kids to a goddamn fucking drag queen show in Saskatchewan to begin with on the show. And then this chief taking thousands and millions of dollars from Canadian taxpayers. Then we've got the fuckers on the Lower Mainland trying to claim, the Lower Mainland of British Columbia through David Eby, that fucker. What they're fucking trying to do to our country is run it into the toilet. Plain and simple. Oh, and then we have this big advertisement over the last month or so for a big slow roll on May the 16th. Well, did any of you fucking see that fiasco? Just like January 31st. Did any of you see that fiasco? When are you Canadians gonna stand the fuck up and understand what the fuck is happening in Canada? You're willing to just sit back and pay your way out of it? Are you fucking shitting me? And in the meantime, they pour in our country all these immigrants. Oh, yeah, to overthrow our country. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think all these big immigrant fucking coming into our country is going to vote for? Okay? Who do you think they're going to vote for when it comes time for a re-election? Hey? Who do you think? They're overthrowing you, the Canadians, by all this bullshit coming into our country. We're not going to have a goddamn country, ladies and gentlemen. The data centers they're trying to put in are so that you end up with facial recognition. They're trying to bring in the same fucking bullshit as China. That if you're not a good little Canadian, oh, they're going to cut off your fucking funds because you're not hitting the credit score properly. So boom, you don't have fuck all, and then you're called an undesirable in China. Have you had a look at that shit? It's up to all of us Canadians in Canada here, okay, to fucking grab a set of balls, okay, and start saving our country, okay? Or would you prefer to wait till wintertime comes and then do a great big fucking trucker movement to Ottawa and freeze in the winter and fucking do that shit all over again? Would you prefer that? And then call him a big fucking hero because of what they did. Really, ladies and gentlemen? Are you fucking sure, okay, that all of this fucking shit that's happening in our country is what you want? Because the Liberals supposedly have all this power in Canada. Really? Where's your balls, Canada? And then Thursday, I have a few drinks. Last week, Thursday, and I came on here and I fucking said it. You know, the truth. And Friday, I did a show and I got no fucking apologies for whatever it is I said on Thursday. You know something, ladies and gentlemen? I have a grandchild. I have a daughter. Okay. I have kids in this country as well. Okay. And what you're fucking getting our kids, all of our kids, to face is a whole bunch of fucking bullshit for their future. Because Canadians don't seem to understand what a set of fucking balls is. And you think I'm gonna apologize for what I'm doing? Fuck! $49 million Canadians had better wake the fuck up. Because if you don't think that what happened in Venezuela can happen to Canada, you're very sadly fucking mistaken. And that fucking piece of shit, fucking slimeball motherfucking shit stain Carney comes to Calgary on Friday after this so-called judge's fucking statement and gives out a bone to Alberta. And then Danielle Smith is up there. Oh, it's a big fucking win, is it? When is that pipeline supposed to be? 2027? Isn't that the same playbook that Trudeau played? Did you ever see a pipeline hit the fucking ground? I don't fucking think so, ladies and gentlemen. Is the way I'm presenting this a little too hard for your ears, your virgin ears? Is this a little too fucking hard for you? I don't give a fuck. It's time Canadians grab a set of balls, okay? Because you're not gonna have fuck all. You're gonna have a fucking you'll have nothing and you're gonna be happy bullshit. 11 fucking years of this fucking Agenda 2030 fucking bullshit. Agenda 2030, have you looked into that fucking bullshit? Do you know what it means to have a future for your children? Has that computed at all to all of you Canadians to have a fucking future for your children? And what the fuck is going on in this country? Do you compute any of that shit? Or are you too busy living your day-to-day life? Now you're making a family has to be making $5,000 a month, and pay that $2,000 a month rent and that $1,000 a month food bill. Are you fucking happy that? And the gas price now is what, almost $2 a fucking liter? And you think that your kids are gonna pay for all that shit? Canadians, you're not gonna pay your way out of this. Your kids are not gonna pay their way out of this. You're going to have 10 times more the homelessness in Canada, living in fucking tents, okay? That's what you're going to have. Nobody's going to pay their way out of this. And the next fucking thing they're going to try and do is digital money. Oh, then they really want the fucking control, right? If you're not a good little Canadian, zap, there goes your money. Right? Are you with me now? You can be a slave the rest of your fucking life, but that's not my choice. Okay? You can be a slave the rest of your fucking life if that's what you so choose to do. But that's not what I feel doing. And I sure as fuck don't feel like being dragged into being a slave because all you Canadians don't want to fucking get up off your fucking ass to make a difference in this country. And yeah, you can make a fucking difference, okay? If you would all get on the same fucking page as I've been telling you for 11 fucking years now. But no. No. You think you're going to buy your way out of it. You think your kids are going to buy their way out of this bullshit. I got news for you, baby. I got big news for you. That ain't going to fucking happen. Because you're going to see 10 times more homelessness and 10 times more people on the fucking street because of this fucking bullshit. How many Canadians have they killed so far since they came out with the jab? Okay? And they're trying to hide that shit. With their fancy policies. I got news for you. Okay? That's where I say Canadians gotta grab a fucking set of fucking balls. Okay? Come out with these stupid laws of mischief and all this bullshit. Look what they did to Pastor Arthur. Okay? Over 27 fucking charges. Are you fucking kidding me for feeding the homeless in Canada? Are you fucked? Are you fucked? They kill over 300 birds. Ostriches killed. Over 300 ostriches. No test. And I tell you, that's affecting your food supply. When the government can come onto your fucking land without testing and say that your livestock is affected with wicked disease. And they're coming out with this again, okay? Mark my words, okay? They're going to come at this again. They're already in the works, okay? They're already in the works with another so-called pandemic. You mark my words. They're already working on this. Anyway, they come out onto a farm and they bring a battalion of RCMP onto a farm to fucking shoot all these birds inhumanely. Okay? They shoot all these fucking ostriches, these motherfuckers. They shoot and killed all these ostriches without a test. Now, I don't give a fuck what the farmer's business is. That wasn't the point of the whole fucking operation, okay? The point of the whole operation was that the fucking government came in and said, these birds are sick. Well, I went down there November 2nd for myself. I seen for myself that these birds were not sick. They were never tested. And then they fucking came in and they fucking killed all these fucking birds most inhumanely. And there still has not been a fucking charge on this fucking shit. Just like these drag queen shows, okay? Grooming kids. You know, little kids, okay? LGBTQ, grooming little kids to think, oh no, you can be a girl or you could be a guy. You may have been born in the wrong body. Are you fucking kidding me? Little kids. So I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, when is enough enough? When is enough enough? When is it that Canadians will all get on the same fucking page and stand up for your rights in this country? But oh no, 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 no. You want to be treated like a second-class fucking citizen to something that happened fucking years and years ago over a fucking so-called treaty. Oh, and we're going to call it sacred, and we're going to call it this, and we're going to call it that, and fuck up our whole economy, when who was it that developed Canada? When is enough enough? When is enough enough, Canada? elderly people, seniors, are living in tents. Do you get that? Do you understand what that is? To be a senior citizen, be kicked out of your apartment because you can't afford to pay the fucking rent. The government did not address the amount of funds that the seniors are getting, okay? They end up getting kicked out of their apartments and put into tents, okay? The government the government at no time turned around and put a cap on the amount of rent that these landlords could suck from the renters. The government never turned around and put a cap on the grocery stores. The government never turned around and put a cap on the gas prices. And the carbon tax, if you listened to Mr. Shitstain Carney over his little pipeline deal, he said, oh, no, this goes in conjunction with prosperity, that we've got net zero and we're, all this other fucking Green Deal bullshit in Canada. Are you fucking listening to me? Are Canadians really that fucking stupid to think that Mr. Shitstain Carney is going to put a pipeline in the ground? If you believe that Carney is going to actually build a pipeline, I've got some land in Inuvik, all complete with igloos and fucking dog sleds and everything, okay? And it's cheap, okay? The land is cheap. I'll sell it to you cheap, okay? Lots of igloos, okay? I mean, if you're really that fucking stupid, okay, just come on over. I'll make a deal with you, and I'll sell you all that fucking land in northern Canada, all complete with igloos and everything. Give me a fucking break, okay? Are Canadians actually that fucking stupid? Really? Oh, what do we got in here? 33, eh? The government never came in with so much as one cap on any of the expenses that was with the inflation. In fact, the government wanted to print a lot more fucking money and devalue your dollar. Okay? And then Carney is forking out millions and millions of dollars to Ukraine in a war that Ukraine will never win. And still, when he takes office, okay, he's forking out all this money to Ukraine. Your money. Then he wants to tap in to the retirement fund, which is not his money. And he's still getting away with this. And nobody's been charged with treason in Canada. None of these motherfuckers have been charged with treason in this country. And yet it's still on the books as an offense in Canada. None of these motherfuckers have been charged with treason. Oh, but they'll charge protesters with mischief and drag it out through the courts like it's an unbelievable fucking thing. They'll come. They want to come, and they want to take away your internet in Bill C8. They want to kick you off the internet. They want to take away your fucking cell phone with Bill C8. I think it is that bill. And they want to shut you up or shut me up, okay, for speaking out against the government with all this fucking bullshit that's happening in Canada. Okay? They want to silence Canadians as if they've got the fucking rights to silence you of your free speech. Look what's happening in Australia. Look what's happening in Britain. Okay? You want to wake the fuck up now? This is what's coming, ladies and gentlemen. And you think it's time to sit back and do nothing? You think it's time for you to pay your way out of this bullshit? You think? And I ask you again. I'll ask you again. When is enough enough? Mark Friesen passed away, and he told all of us about Agenda 2030. And he told people about the jab and how kids' hearts were exploding. Myocarditis, wasn't it? Over these jabs. Because people are so fucking brainwashed listening to the CBC bullshit. Are you serious? And you know how much fucking taxpayer money is going to the CBC? And we all want to sit back and fucking let it happen? Because Canadians don't seem to have a set of balls? When is enough enough, Canada? Okay? When is it going to be enough before you realize you're getting fucked like a frog in boiling water? So no, I don't apologize for anything I said on Thursday night or any other my fucking shows. Okay? If this is what Canadians are dragging us all into, you know, where I'm asking is enough enough, you know, that we would have to sit back, us Canadians that have been speaking out for over 11 fucking years now, okay, over this fucking bullshit, okay? You think one guy is going to do it all alone? When is it time to wake the fuck up is my big question. You know? That's the big question, ladies and gentlemen, okay? When is enough enough?
Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go.
Hello there. Thank
Thank you for joining us. This is the Rudy Bruce broadcast. You focus on the truth, I focus on the facts. People of Canada, your voice will speak a million strong. If we come together and fight what's going on, we got homeless people living in tents. Be compassionate, do not judge, because 200,000 of us are using food banks. Where's the pride? Where's the pride? Where's our money we slave for? They cover it up. The working man is living poor. Rudy has true leadership, speaking for the ones who are tired of this shit. Make the government officials get a grip, or everyone loses the respect. Something's wrong, open your eyes. They tell us lies, you're blinded to this and mowing your lawn. United we stand, divided we fall. The time will come, the day is near, we will all march. So listen with your ears, we are not zombies or fresh meat. Let's grind up the government, make compost for the maple trees. Let's avenge the deaths of the ones who have fallen. Coronavirus, opioid, we're still trying. They thought they got away scot-free. We will get the last laugh, just wait and see. These talks we have on the broadcast will provide and guide. Let's do it fast. Taxpayers believe we live strong and free. Everyone does. Are you shitting me? Round of applause to you and yours for tuning in. We're opening doors. This is the real movement, people. Let's stand up, Canada, before we lose. These talks we have on the broadcast will provide the guide. Let's do it fast. Taxpayers believe we live strong and free. Everyone does. Are you kidding me? I will applause to you and yours for tuning in. We're opening doors. This is the real movement. People, let's stand up, Canada, before we lose it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's a mouthful. I hope you took something away today from the show. Time to wake the fuck up. Get in touch with your friends. Get in touch with your family. Get in touch with others. This movement is not over. We're still in a war. We're still in a war with our governments in Canada. They're killing people in Canada. They've been doing it for a while. They've been killing Canadians with their bullshit in more ways than one. I want to thank you for joining the broadcast. I want to thank you for paying attention to a little reality check. And it's not over. It's not over until some of these crooked fucking politicians go to jail with treason, and not to mention a few others. You're not slaves in this country, ladies and gentlemen. You've been lied to. Okay? By a bunch of crooked politicians. That's the point. I want to thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining the broadcast next Friday, 6 o'clock. I'll be back. Make sure you subscribe, follow on Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. And if you want to support the broadcast, the only way you can support this broadcast is by sending an e-transfer to rudybruce@gmail.com. I'm sure a lot of you are aware. That's how it rolls, ladies and gentlemen. It takes money to fucking put together shit. Okay? And so far, it's been my money, mostly. On this broadcast. So if you want to support the broadcast, you can send an e-transfer to rudybruce@gmail.com. It's RUDDIBRUCE@gmail.com. Or subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know, get the numbers up, ladies and gentlemen. Start talking to your friends. Start talking to your family. Start talking, okay? Start talking and grab some balls, okay? Because this ain't over yet. It's only going to get better. Trust me. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for joining the broadcast, and I will see you Friday at 6 o'clock. Until then, I hope everybody has a good weekend, and stay strong. Until next time, I'm just getting the word out there, ladies and gentlemen.